by 10. What do you mean?
I don't know. I got hit in the head a bunch of times. What do you want from me?
Speaking of that, what's going on? Like, why did he attack you?
Listen, that Momo knows no respect. And when I get my hands on him, you best bet I'm going to break him. I'm going to break him like the dog he is because he will learn respect. You don't do that to CJ Bambino and get away with it.
Man, are you going to make it to the next KVP show?
Of course I am. It's in 3 months.
Okay, so you got 3 months of recovery, huh?
Listen, you get punched in the head with a chain twice and take the 3D. I don't see you in the ring, but you got a belt.
I do. Not only but the 23-6
Go
champion.
over there. Go. I don't even know why they put me and you on the same table.
I don't know either.
Go over there. Get out of here. Go.
Right, thank you, CJ.
Leave me alone.
I'm hanging out with Baba Thunder. What a great match you had with PJ Savage. I mean, you handled him like he was a little kid.
Well, the outcome wasn't the exactly how I envisioned it before, but yeah, we're here, and I hope that's not the last time I see him and I see the Titan organization. I'm very appreciative of them welcoming me here, and the atmosphere here was electric. So appreciate you.
All right, what's next for you in Contra?
Well, we'll see. It was important for me to do this and come here. Now it's time to focus on other tasks, and I hope this is not the last time you see me.
All right, well, thank you for being at Titan Championship Wrestling's 5-year anniversary. Baba Thunder, make sure everybody follows Baba Thunder and gets any merch from where? Where can they get your merch?
Hey, hit me on the Instagram. Everything is on the Instagram, Baba Thunder. See you on the social media. I'm bringing the thunder.
Whoa.
Polino, I'm looking at you. And let's see what else happens at Titan Championship Pro Wrestling.
All right, now Frankie's got that big cage match with Blocks.
Oh,
what are your thoughts on that match?
Yo, Blocks, no sabes lo que te espera, cabrón, because Frankie Picard is going to come and kick your ass.
I don't think Blocks is going to like your comments.
Well, to be honest, I don't care what Blocks thinks, you know. But that's just between us and former Deadly Sin member.
Okay, all right. Now let everybody know where they can follow the Superstar Striker.
At Instagram, at RobbieXRomero _. Follow me at ProWrestlingTees.com, at Robbie Romero SS Superstar Striker, and you'll find all the latest tees like this one, and the I'm Your Superstar, and the Luchador Striker shirt. All right?
All right. Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you, Papa Dang. See ya soon.
See you later.
Trained me, shown me guidance are on these walls, and it feels bizarre and surreal to be joining them.
He's a good guy. He's an outright kind of guy. But listen, we got Slime Bowl City tickets.
I'm Cora, and I am your winner of this. I like it, Dark Papa Day. You don't? Are you scared of the Dark Papa Day?
It's great. It's great. I can't wait.
The first and realistically the only.
I'm doing great. How are you?
We just did steal it last time, but it's in safe hands. My son is watching it.
Are you positive?
Yeah, my son is watching.
Look at me! I'm a physical specimen.
Very spicy, very spicy.
You got the dirt.
I wish
I literally love conventions. Like,
I'm gonna try to get through her. That's my motivation today.
What you're holding?
I wish I could.
Come in soon. You can check her out on Monster Slam.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I have a very special guest. Let me bring to you the one, the only, my pal from TCW, the owner, CEO of TCW, Titan Championship Wrestling, the one and only, Billy Fetzke.
Whoa, what's going on?
Whoa. Sorry about the long intro. I know it's a little long.
Hi. So I cracked a little joke. I didn't mean 45 minutes. I said 35 minutes. I was able to take a break, eat, shower, sleep, and woke up for this.
Listen, I'm glad you got some rest because you're always on the road. You're working hard for Titan Championship Wrestling.
Well, somebody's got to pay the bills.
And let me tell you, the roster better be you're out there doing what you're doing so we can keep Titan going.
Okay.
Don't be modest, Billy. Take the flowers, man. Take the flowers. All right, let's talk about this Saturday.
Deliver the flowers.
Yes, now it's time you receive them. Now that you deliver them. Let's talk about another level of domination. 3 steel cage matches coming up, including the main event. PJ Savage taking on the Wrecking Ball himself. Wrecking Ball Legursky. All will fall to the Wrecking Ball, right?
You know, so many people have fallen to the Wrecking Ball.
That's
so, right. The longest reigning Titan heavyweight champion, PJ Savage, is going to go into a steel cage in a steel cage match that, man, it was sure to blow the roof off. You know, the last time these two have were in that ring, was a couple years ago.
Really?
So, you know, and PJ's gotten better, and then Wrecking Ball's gotten better, and it is and Wrecking Ball, the winner of HWI, you know, the heavyweight invitational. So
yes, he was.
He's on a roll. And of course, PJ, you know, longest reigning champion. So we're excited to see that match.
I'm excited to see that match as well. All right. We got another steel cage match. Frankie Picard takes on Blocks in what could be the final moment for the Deadly Sins.
Cage of Horrors. We created the Cage of Horrors for Titan Championship Wrestling in 2020.
So tell me, what does the Cage of Horrors actually entail?
Anything goes in that cage, whether it's weaponry or not. It's legit everything and anything that they could put in that cage to hurt one another, to beat one another, to give the grand finale to one another. You know, the Cage of Horrors was Steve Mack and ECW legend Gary Wolf when we did that in 2020. So it's been 5 years since we've done it. We didn't plan on bringing it back because that match was wild. It really ended up being super wild. And Charlie and I, you know, made a decision that I think it was just too much. But the war between these two former Deadly Sins members, Frankie Picard and Blocks, have got to the point where it needs that. Now, and there will only be one man standing.
This war has been brewing for a while, Fetzke. I wonder why HR hasn't stepped in. Why don't we ask HR why they haven't stepped in on this personal matter? Let me bring to you the one and only Marlon Dinkins, everybody. Blueprint Wrestling Network. There he is. Hi, Marlon. Take yourself off mute, Marlon. I guess he doesn't want to let us know, Billy, why he hasn't stepped in.
Oh, he'll let us know. He's waiting for me to say, hello, Mr. HR. Hello, Mr. Marlon.
Marlon, hello. All right, let's go back. The Cage of Horrors. We got the Cage of Horrors with Frankie and Blocks. And Blocks talked about this last night. And we went over actually all the former Deadly Sins that were a member of that group, which was really cool to know so many great members of Deadly Sins. And it's all coming to a head. Uh-oh, here we go. Michael Fain, I got a better question. Why are you guys protecting PJ from me? Wow. Is that true, Billy? Are you protecting PJ from Michael Fain?
There is no protecting PJ. It's kind of the way Michael Fain had put it on Respect the Crap. It was more protecting him from himself. Again, it goes down to his own actions. You stole the heavyweight championship belt. You stole it. There's no ifs and buts about it. There's consequences to that actions. You could scream, rant, rave, whine, what I specifically said about it, but it doesn't change the fact of what was done. But again, I put Michael Fain into a great match with Danny Briggs. Unfortunately, you know, circumstances that we couldn't control, Danny Briggs couldn't be there. However, I gave him a bigger challenge. Let's see if Michael Fain can get through that bigger challenge, you know, and see if he can do it without any issues. again, it's all in his, it's in his lap. Listen, he could make valid points. He can make all the points he wants, but end of the day, and like any adult, you do something wrong, there's consequences. Well, there's your consequences.
All right. Robert says, watch out for the finisher Fane. He is no joke.
Listen, I'm not going to dismiss nor put down nor not recognize Michael Fane's abilities and his wrestling skill and just a pure, he is the all-in-one. We're not going to take that away. Yes, the 2024 Mount Olympus Rumble winner, the last man surviving when it was Titan versus the TTA. Absolutely. All those accolades are 100% true. And he fought. Don't get it twisted. He fought his way back into Titan, through the Chosen brand, into Titan, and then all the way up to where he's at that stature now. Nobody's taking that away. And he's one tough man, right? Nice, great gentleman. However, his decisions and his, came to his consequences. Well, here we are. So, I mean, rather than whine about it, fix it. What can I tell you?
Right. There's always consequences to your actions, and that's true in everyday life. But Robert is Michael's biggest fan from Delaware, just so you know. Wow, Serena, not much love for Michael Fane from Serena, the booker of the show, huh?
Well, Michael should be really concentrated rather than commenting on this podcast. I mean, he should be training and working out, getting himself ready for a 7 foot tall debuting Ox Adams, who is going to, look to make a name for himself here. And, Michael Fane was just a perfect competitor.
All right. Michael's back with another comment. Billy, cut the BS. Let PJ retrieve his balls from your pocket and let him fight me. Wow.
Again, and I've explained this to Michael Fane. I've explained this to Harry. I explained this to HR. I explained this to everybody that's ever hit me up about it. And yes, fans have hit me up about it. PJ was to face the winner of the HWI on April 12th. That's the way it was written out. That's the way the contract states. That's the way everything was supposed to go.
Right.
PJ was not there on Shriners at the Shriners event in February due to other obligations. Steve Mack went to retrieve the title. I gave the ultimatum to Michael Fane. He didn't want to give it back. He wanted to do the hard way. Did he prevail? Yes. However, a little key tidbits of information that's always left out. PJ did retrieve his title back from PJ got his title back in North Carolina when two worlds collide. Michael Fane ran. He had all the opportunity to jump back in that ring to go up against PJ, but he didn't. He pointed as, "Oh, I outsmarted you." PJ got his title back, but Michael Fane ran for the hills. So, you want a match with him, but when the opportunity presents itself, you didn't take it. But again, you go out there and you say, well, you're the opportunist. I mean, when it's at your leisure?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Michael says PTO days. I guess he's trying to say PJ's taking PTO days.
PTO days. This was already prior obligations that I already had known about and that I already had granted. It's not a big deal. Again, I allowed Michael Fane to be on the show, didn't I? So you should take that.
You did.
And Harry did a lot of politicking and explanations and all that. And look, for the Shriners event in February, Michael Fane was dead center of the poster. Again, still not happy.
So, yeah, he wasn't happy, no. All right. Joe Locklear says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, Joe?"
Renegade Outlaw, Joe Locklear, Tar Heel
right.
Championship Wrestling down in North Carolina. They just had a great event, and they're planning out their next one. I can't wait to see it. We're watching them grow, and I'm happy. I'm following.
All right. He also says it's time to bring back the Renegade Outlaw, Joe Locklear.
Got to get that cardio up, brother. But absolutely.
Got to get the cardio. Michael Fain says, "I didn't run the last show, and yet he was protected once again."
Again, PJ was hosting the HWI. Hosting. That doesn't mean he was automatically in a match.
Right.
You wanted a match. You got it. You came out there hooting and hollering. You still got it, but you got it with none other than Eden. So,
yes.
Which was an incredible match, by the way. I thought that was really a phenomenal match, which should have been on something like Monsoon or Mount Olympus, but it happened there. It still was crazy, crazy, crazy match. And you could actually see that match on IWTV on the Titan Championship Wrestling. So it was great. Again, Michael Fain prevailed.
He did.
Michael Fain won, right? So again, still not happy.
Still not happy. Elijah Eden, a crowd favorite that night, as I was in attendance.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, nobody can discredit Elijah Eden, and let me tell you, that's another one that's rising in this business. So, and without a doubt, I'll be shaking things up in the roster a little bit, and so it's cool. I mean, I can see
it happens.
Directions. Absolutely, and you know what? And that creates that great competition. I could see. I'm not blind to see where directions of certain people are going, and I'm happy, and I'm great with it. But then it's time to start bringing up the people who are hungry and they really want it, and we start putting them to the test. And that's that's the Titan evolution, and we're happy with it. It leaves a lot of my problems.
Awesome. Robert says, "Looks like you're in a helicopter, Billy."
No.
I think Marlon's back.
I'm in my Queen 2000 Kenworth W9. I mean, the dash is like a helicopter, but nah. Unfortunately, I've got to keep the wheels turning, but yeah, I'm heading back towards the North Carolina.
Sweet. I think Marlon fixed his mic, right, Marlon?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I'm in here. Give me a second. I'll be off screen.
We just can't see you.
Mr. Billy, how you doing, Mr. Papa Dick?
All right, doing well, Marlon. How are you?
What's going on? What does HR have to say about the collapse of the Deadly Sins?
So that's a conflict of interest. Why do you have to go straight for that?
I mean, this could be a Dark Side of the Ring episode, guys.
Yeah, it's getting pretty rough with Frankie and Blocks, but I mean, the cage, we'll see what's what. No distractions, no run-ins, hopefully, nothing crazy, and we get some finality to this saga, man. They've been battling for looks like almost years, you know what I mean? So it'll be good to see what happens in the cage. Everybody's been adhering to company policies. Fans are buying tickets. HR is happy.
Okay, let's talk about the other cage match happening that night. As soon as I can find it. There it is. Mr. Feral Face against the Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan for that TCW middleweight championship. Now, this has been a brewing cage match coming up. These guys have gone at it over and over again. It's going to culminate in a no escape cage match. Let's talk about this match, Billy.
Yeah, this is for the Titan Middleweight Championship. Just that no escape. Especially when it comes down to a no escape, this could be a career-ending type style match. I mean, we know how hard the Feral Face can go in the ring. Same with the Brooklyn Outlaw. Mike Donovan. In fact, the Renegade Outlaw Joe Locklear should know how hard Mike Donovan goes in the ring, as they faced one another when Two Worlds Collide in North Carolina in a strap match. So it was that was a war in its own. However, Mike Donovan has been on the rise here at Titan Championship Wrestling, and he's done it with intelligence, brute strength, and just being a complete outlaw.
All right, Marlon, your thoughts?
This match makes me nervous. There's gonna be pretty. I think it's gonna be pretty violent. So I'm hoping. Again, we get a good winner. We have a good. The fans have fun. It's a great match. The violence from these two guys is constantly escalated to, I don't know, probably the most violent feud in Titan in quite a while. So again, I want a resolution to it, and I just hope everybody enjoys what those two gladiators put on, because man, those two are on the come up in the independent scene in the Northeast. You got to come out and see them.
All right, next match. Let's talk about our guy right there, Michael Payne versus Ox Adams, coming in to replace Danny Briggs with Harry by his side. Your thoughts on how Harry has impacted Titan? Actually, I think that's a good question.
Legends like the word Beetlejuice. If you say his name 3 times, he appears. But
yikes.
Harry's a smart businessman. He really is. There's times that he makes a lot of sense of things that he's, pitching to me and things like that. And, and I've got to agree. He's very intelligent. He's all for his talent. He's all for his agency. He tells it as like it is. However, there are times where I do disagree, and he's not too happy with it. But he instructs his talent to take their opportunities, and and look, he's already got champions. He's got tag team champions in the Audacity.
He does.
So it's
Marlon.
Harry's good.
What about you, Marlon? Casey, like it in the chat, just so you guys know.
Talent leaves. What's going on, Casey? Talent leaves. They fly south, and then new talent walks in the door. So with Ox, I like him because he filled out the paperwork properly, unlike somebody else that we saw in North Carolina fighting for the other side, Mr. Ace. But good talent. Again, I would like to know from Billy, not to I just want to know where you keep finding these huge dudes. This guy's and why is Michael Fane just from a fan perspective? Let's take the HR off. Man, you just keep finding really, really big challenges for Fane. It's just starting to look a little crazy. We could be in the lawsuit area here. You're throwing a lot of that. Well, you can handle it. I'm sure.
What do you say to that, Billy?
Well, like I said, the ones that scream the loudest, right? So you either entertain them, you give them the bigger challenges, or you don't pay attention to them and you shut them the hell up anyway.
Okay.
So, you know what? He wanted the bigger challenges, and this is what I'm going to give him. Again, it's all consequence. That's it. I've got tremendous amount of booking requests and emails and messages that I'm still trying to get through. A lot of people have been patient, and believe me, the patience goes a long way with me. It's just, I've got a lot of people to sift through, and Ox Adams was a standout.
All right, let's talk about the next match coming up. Anthony Gango and Dr. Sleep versus the Cowboy James Storm. Huge match coming up right here at Titan Championship Wrestling. Your thoughts? Let's start with Marlon.
I mean, what can I say about the match that the flyer doesn't say right here? We got top tier indie talent Anthony Gangone, Dr. Sleep, going up against former TNA star, or current TNA star, excuse me, James Storm. This is the one thing I do like about Titan. I love about Titan that we continue to bring in talent that you're not seeing everywhere. So it's a good. You got Gangone versus Storm. Storm. I mean, it should. I think people are sleeping on this match. I think the fans definitely need to pay attention because of the three steel cage match. I understand, but this has so still written all over it.
All right, Billy, what are you thinking?
No, absolutely. I agree with Marlon. You know, not just that, but James Storm is a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, so he knows what it's like to be in that World Heavyweight Champion spot. And you know, Anthony Gangone's got a challenge up ahead of him. However, the things that I've seen Anthony Gangone do and what he's done in this business, I think it's got to be an excellent, excellent match.
And one question I have is, does the devout come into play here? The way Joey Conway and Amity are talking, Dr. Sleep said on social media this week that he feels like maybe Conway wants to smoke. We got a little bit, for the first time ever, I might add, we got a little bit of unsettlement going on within the devout. So this could be a complex one.
I think there's definitely some tension in the group.
Little tension, yeah. Way more than they've ever had. So it'll be interesting to see. They're always their synergy is always on point. They know what the other person's doing. They know seemingly more than sometimes what our officials know what's going on in the ring, and they manipulate it to an extravagant level. So we'll see how it goes on Saturday. Storm, again, though, is a ventured competitor. So some of those things, those tricks that might play on the indies, I don't think are going to play with Storm. We'll see.
Well, oddly enough, right? I mean, I'm sure you could agree. Oddly enough, maybe that little bit of dissension in that group is actually what keeps them going. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe that's what they want. You never know.
They run off.
So, I mean, it is the devout. I mean, you are talking about the Goddesses of War champion Amity. You are talking about a former Titan Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, Anthony Gangone. And you're talking about Joey Conway, who is as sadistic as a person I've ever encountered. So, maybe that's just what and who they are.
Speaking of Joey Conway, he's got his own match coming up as he teams up with Amity LeVay against Andre Paulino and Valentina Vasquez in a mixed tag team match. This has been brewing for a while between at least Amity and Valentina.
Yeah, I mean, that has been brewing. This, again, challenges all competitors here, especially in an agenda match.
Yes.
You know, Andrew Polino is the Titan lightweight champion and guided in a great way with his cousin Valentina Vasquez. And we're happy to see that she's guiding him in a more positive light. Where Joey Conway, you know, obviously we saw Amity was, you know, he's coming, he's here, and then it was wind up being Joey Conway. There's a lot of evil involved there. So you've got your good versus evil here, and you know, it's all a matter of who's going to prevail.
What are your thoughts, Marlon?
Looks like a good match. Our goddesses, of course, are going to be a big part of this match. I would like to see them take it to another level from a fan perspective. They're kind of cooking, they're warming up. Again, the number game with the devout, I think is going to possibly come into play. General Manager Monster Max got his hand full of this event. I want to add, there's just a lot of moving parts, but Bon Jovi, he seems to be leaning toward this devout, and that's the whole reason Paulino has the title right now, because of the way that last match ended. So, and if you haven't seen it, you definitely be on the lookout on IWTV. I'm sure it'll be going up. Um, we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how Paulino, if he can, his morale scale is still on the right path. Because to me, it looked like he was thinking about possibly cheating. So, Vasquez isn't trying to get him back right. So we got the good versus evil, but the numbers: Gangone, Conway, Amity, and I just feel odd about Bon Jovi. I'm not sure where he's staying. So this is a variable. I don't know who's going to win this match.
All right. Robert says, still say Conway is James Stewart Jr. I can see the resemblance. All right, let's go to the next match. Speaking of Mr. Bon Jovi, Justin Bon Jovi versus Evander James versus Mike Mondo from the NWA for the Mob 5 TV American Championship, and it's a triple threat match. Billy, thoughts on this match?
This is going to be an incredible three-way. Again, going off what Marlon was talking about Justin Bon Jovi. But then again, Justin Bon Jovi is very good friends with and mentor. His mentor is Evander James. So, in a three-way match with Mike Mondo. Mike Mondo's motivated. Mike Mondo's got Superman type strength. He's in this match not only to capture that American title. However, Mike Mondo was on the phone with me a couple of days ago. Really with, I guess there's a prior issue somewhere that I'm trying to get the scoop on. Hey, I'm a promoter. I'm going to capitalize. I'm going to make the best of it. But apparently there's a history, a real bad history with Joey Conway. So I'm hoping that doesn't escalate during that show. Domination, however, I know he's focused on this match here. So, and Evander James, obviously, the shining star, like he's incredible. He's American champion. So
I heard the same rumblings about Joey and Mondo.
You heard that too, right?
I did.
So
I'm gonna
see where this goes.
Yeah, they've had history out here in Long Island, so we'll just leave it at that. All right, next match. Here we go for the Funhouse Heavyweight Championship. Big Jeff Noise takes on Ben Castle, and of course, good old SP Anderson right there with Big Jeff Noise.
Yeah, what a history these two have. We're going back at Mount Olympus, I believe in 22. Where Jeff Noise eliminated Ben Castle, and I believe it is his very first Mount Olympus Rumble match. So, I mean, that goes as far back as that. Jeff Noise being 2023's Shriners, 24 Shriner Battle Royal champion, and as well as Ben Castle being 25. So, on the Shriners Memorial Battle Royal. So, I think, there's a lot of heated, there's been a lot of back and forth banter between all of them. SP has been extremely busy, especially promoting that Slapshot event where he raised over $500 with that Charlie's Pizza for the Hockey League.
That's awesome.
An incredible job, absolutely. He raised over $500 in pizza, so that's incredible. He's been working very hard. SP's a huge, intricate part of what this another level domination is. So he's been working very hard, and I've got to say, I him and I don't see eye to eye, but I am proud of him, and I'm thankful for him.
Marlon?
It's a dangerous match for Jeff Noise. Funhouse Heavyweight Championship title is on the line. That's been kind of missed in between the promotion of this match. With Ben Castle, he's been on a little bit of a hot streak. He's taken Gangone to the limit. recently. First time ever match at Shriners, I believe. Uh, Jeff Noyes, I'm a little concerned with the distraction that Hollywood brings. He's been, if anybody doesn't know, he's in the Happy Gilmore 2. He's been doing a lot of filming.
Yes.
So from a fan perspective, again, I would say he might not want to overlook Ben Castle. Ben Castle's been kind of seasoned as of late, battling his deadly sin brother. And if you can fight your brothers, I don't know what's going to happen to people outside of the family. Oh, see what I did there. But
I see.
that's good stuff. Good stuff right there. I hope Noise is focused because Castle could steal this one.
Now, speaking of brothers, we have another guest joining us right now. The one, the only Blocks. Hi, Blocks. Can we hit Blocks? You good? Oh, we lost Blocks. We lost Blocks. All right. The next match, hopefully he'll come back on. It's a six-man tag team street fight. Oh my gosh, a street fight. That's gonna get crazy. The Audacity and Jack Martins, alongside Harry Turjanian, versus Social Influence and Tony Cini. And they're gonna have Francesca and Samira in their corner. Let's talk about this match, gentlemen. Let's start off with Billy.
Yeah, I mean, it's real personal. All right, well, it's real
Blocks is back again. See how I did that?
Gentlemen, how's it going, sirs?
Hey, how are you, Blocks?
Good.
We're talking about the tag team six-man street fight going on.
I guess I entered the chat at the right time, huh?
You
tag
did.
Team title match, huh?
You did.
Well, the tag team titles, listen. It's more of a personal thing in regards to Jack Martin and Tony Cini, and the fact that Audacity had beaten Social Influence for those tag team titles, who's now currently tag team champions. So there's a lot of turmoil within that whole match on both sides. But again, the real personal is that Jack Martin's almost gave his finisher to Francesca. So yeah, and there's a war between Francesca and Harry. So this is kind of like where anything goes. I do have 2 additional referees that are going to be paying attention to this match as well.
All right. Even Samira's had some issues with Harry.
Yeah, she has. You're right.
Didn't she kick him in the you know what?
Yeah, well, HR doesn't want to talk about that. That's there's an NDA there.
Gotcha. But what about Tony?
It's called the asylum clause.
Gotcha. What about Tony? Hold on. What about Tony Cini breaking Jack Martin's finger?
You ain't shit.
That's another HR nightmare, huh?
Yeah.
Marlon's very busy.
It's rough. It's rough. This is going again. That's why I said the general manager, Mr. Mack, I hope he holds everything together because the whole event is leaning toward being explosive. This match built to be ridiculous street fight. It's going to be crazy. Good luck keeping track of this, Danny Walsh.
Well, you know what, Marlon, the greats make it look easy.
This guy here, he's just on fire tonight. This guy. He is running wild. I see.
Oh man. We're gonna revisit a previous match since he's in the chat with us. Blocks takes on Frankie Picard in the Cage of Horrors match. Now I know we talked about this last night, but tell the owner of TCW what this match means to you.
This match is everything. Billy, I think Billy knows that already. That this match means a lot to me. I have high pressure on myself. I believe this is going to be probably the best match of my career, and it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a lot of aggression pent up that's going to be taken out, and Billy knew the only way for this to end is in a steel cage, because it seems like if not, we would have just keep going forever, because me and Frankie is just at a point where every time we see each other, it's on site. And Billy let it be known that if we touch each other until Saturday, that there will be repercussions. And I like my paydays, so I respected that. And I'm just gonna have to let everything out on the 12th. So it's gonna be interesting. It has a lot of stuff if everything goes my way to keep going forward. So it's a big one for me. This is definitely the biggest opportunity I've been given, and I look forward to making the most of it.
Like I said earlier, it's the culmination of the end of the Deadly Sins. It's a short. You can't miss this match. You have to go get your tickets now.
You
so
don't
you can
want to
come
miss
down. This is a
Don't wanna miss it.
star-studded show. Am I wrong, Marlon?
Not at all. Not at all. There's still cage matches, gang gun storm, street fights, intergender tag matches. Man, it's going to be domination in Tom's River. I mean, what else is there to say but checkmate?
Man, Marlon, you got a lot of stuff going on as the HR of Titan Championship Wrestling. When is Marlon going to take a vacation? That's my next question.
Ain't no vacations. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it coming.
We don't take vacations on this side.
Rise of the Titans, May 17th. You know what I mean?
Right. Rise of the Titans. Right. And the Chosen tryouts. You want to talk about that, Billy?
Yeah, I mean, the Chosen One tryouts. The winner of actually it was chosen, but the winner of the Chosen tryouts get a round trip airfare to Japan. Get to train in Japan for 2 weeks. Could potentially be on a Noah show, or other shows. So it'll be a big announcement upcoming for the winner of that Chosen tryout as well on the show for Rise of the Titans. However, but that's got to be the judges for that is Sonny Ono, Perry Saturn, and the Tokyo Monster. So it's just an incredible opportunity. It's $200. It's from, I believe, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. In Tom's River. And again, what a great way to be seen and given an opportunity and earn that opportunity to possibly definitely go to Japan, but to possibly be on a big show in Japan as well. So that's cool.
That is cool. Everybody who is a professional wrestler should invest in themselves, right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always big on that. Even when I was doing the free for all, right? The last time we've done a free for all was free, but prior to that it was only $5. But it was like if you invest $5 into yourself, then you'll continue to invest through your whole career, and that's what you want to do. I mean, look, me as a promoter, I've got to continuously invest into Titan. I got to continuously invest into the roster, the team, and and upgrades and everything else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a wrestler should be able to invest into themselves. A big thing is about marketing. If a wrestler can be marketable, so easy. If a wrestler can market themselves, market the company that you're working for, the shows that you're on. And it's everything's all an investment, but it's all worth it. I mean, it's all for the Titan Nation. It's all for the independent wrestling fans.
Robert says Picard versus Block should be a loser. Has to shave their head bald.
I mean, Frankie's kind of already bald, and when I cut my hair, which it'll be cut for the show. I mean, it's kind of short to bald, so I mean, it wouldn't be too much of a difference.
A stretch. What do you think, Marlon?
Hey, it might happen anyway. I mean, Cage of Horrors.
Yeah, you never know. I may come with a razor blade, and scalp Frankie's head. Who knows
Just
what's gonna happen?
guns. Nothing. No guns, please.
No guns.
I never mentioned anything about that.
No guns. No knives. I see one promotion. Somebody pulled off a knife. We don't need none of that smoke.
Yeah.
Leave it to HR to bring up the antis.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Be
All
nice.
right. Oh, look, Tina. Hi, guess who's back? Tina's back.
Oh, Tina.
Tina always got to get in the act.
if I can piggyback off of what Billy was saying about Chosen, about investing in yourself, he's absolutely nailed that on the money. If you go back to previous Chosens that have been done, and you look at the men and women who's competed in those Chosen tryouts, and you look at the opportunities that were given since then and where they're at now, and not to say that they wouldn't be there, but there was a lot of eyes in the building that day that was looking at all these superstars, future superstars, and a lot of these people have been making a name for themselves on the scene since then. And the biggest name out of them all, was on the show in the comments last night, which was the Fane event. He's a prime example of showing what hard work does when you put everything into it. Granted, some tactics that he pulls that people don't like, but the man has showed that he's chosen for a reason. So, Bill, like Billy said, you invest $5 previously in yourself. This 10 times bigger of an opportunity.
Right.
$200 could turn into a guaranteed one-way, two-way, round trip to Japan for an opportunity that you never know what may happen. I mean, I'm going to be there. Everybody else better be up in there too, because I'll be quick to take that spot to Japan and rep Titan out there real quick.
That'll check off a lot of wants, right, on a wrestler's list. I mean, most of the wrestlers that I interview want to go to Japan, so this is your chance.
And
don't lose out on it.
To be hand chosen by Sonny Ono is like, I mean, that's big. That's big. You're walking through a door already with a big opportunity, and it's up to you to just keep on going. So, I expect May 17th to be very packed for that tryout.
100%.
And some of the folks have already started actually performing in Noah from the previous tryout, so it's legit.
Titans the exclusive New Jersey state, right, Billy?
Yes, absolutely. May 17th, it's the only one in New Jersey.
May 17th. Don't miss out. Hi, how are you? All right, we'll start with last thoughts. We'll start with blocks. Last thoughts for this Saturday. Another level domination right there. We'll keep the graphic up for this one.
My last thoughts, pretty much simple. Anybody who hasn't bought a ticket yet, go out and buy a ticket. This is going to be a show like no other shows. Every time we go out there, we seem to be putting on bigger and bigger and bigger shows. And this is going to culminate everything over the past year, 2 years. And it's going to be one hell of a banger. Come out, see me, Cage of Horrors. Me and Frankie's putting it all on the line. If you want to watch one of the best cage matches you're going to find around, be there Saturday.
All right. Marlon.
Yeah, right now Titans bringing in a lot of big numbers as far as attendance goes. So if fans been at other shows and haven't been at one of our shows, you'll see that there's a different energy in the building when you have a lot of people in the building. You don't have to come. You might not have as much other room as some shows I've seen recently, but I'm telling you right now, Titans playing chess and the other guys are playing checkers. So again, it's all about checkmate. It's all about getting the best product out there, and the roster we have assembled when put together on one show it's unbelievable. PJ Savage versus Wrecking Ball Legursky. Definitely a match you want to make sure you're in the building for. 3 steel cages matches. I mean, I don't know anyone else on the indies doing it. So if you got time this month, you know where to be. You see all the other shows. Now come see the best.
All right, Billy. Billy, your thoughts?
I'm looking forward to the weekend. I am. I'm looking forward to the weekend. This has been a wild ride leading up to this event. But again, this for what the Titan Revenge Tour of 25 is going to be, this one really sets the pace of the remainder of the year. So you don't want to miss this one. There's a lot going, a lot of moving parts. There could be also a lot of surprises as well. So
that's right.
We bring it as Titan always does. We have an action-packed event. I mean, really, you look at the card. I mean, you tell, man, it's got to be one hell of a banger.
It is
HR is going to
100%.
be sweating his ass off that day.
We got one more comment for everybody. Robert says, Billy, can you tape this show, put it on YouTube? I would love to see this. I'm sorry, Robert. You got to check out IWTV to watch this event coming up.
Yeah, it's like on IWTV. Right now, we're still putting up little bits of. I think we're going into our 24 year, the Savage era. I think we just completed all gas, no brakes. However, we'll be going into the Savage era. Those, especially following the journey of the growth of Titan. But you'll be very soon seeing the like Monsoon, Shriners. You'll be seeing them going up very soon, and that's what we'll be catching up to this year, and obviously just following suit show for show.
All right. As for me, I'm trying to make it there Saturday. I had a incident over the weekend, Billy. As you know, I am the 23/6 YouTube heavyweight champion. And my gosh darn it, my oldest son broke into my room while I was sleeping and was trying to pin me. We struggled, and I pulled my back a little bit. I had to go to the chiropractor today. So I'm trying to make it. It's a long drive for Papa Dank, but gosh darn it, I am going to have to get a better lock on my door.
I got a friend that happened to him. His name is Marcus. I think Marlon knows him. But, yeah, that happened to him, too. Crazy.
It's that 23/6 life I'm living right now. But coming up this week, our very special friend, Billy, Michael Fain, will be with me tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Oh, my God. What is it with you and Michael Fain? Every 2 sentences is Michael Fain. Blocks. I had about 35 minutes for the entry, and all I've been hearing all night is about Michael Fain.
I mean,
the
kid is on the rise, man. The kid is on the rise. He's making names. Let's
making names
all over.
I'm going to go over this. The consequences caused his action. That's it. That's it. Or my actions. That's what it caused. The end. It's not going to change. It's really starting to piss me off. And if it continues on, right? And if he continues on, and we continue on this path, I'm going to put my foot so far up Harry's ass that he's going to taste my sandals. Bro, I'm tired of it. And not be facing
that's how
PJ.
mad he is.
Yeah, that's how mad he is. All right. Also tomorrow night from TNR Wrestling, which, is colliding with Titan coming up in August in Arkansas. The one and only authentic Ray Ivy, one half of the TNR and Wrestling with Pride Tag Team Champions. Tomorrow night,
so looking
Mr.
forward to
Ray
that. We're going
Ivy.
out there in August.
Oh, that's going to be great. I'm excited for that too. And then this Friday, the other Deadly Sin, Ben Castle, or ex-Deadly Sin, really, coming up this Friday at 7 p.m. Woo! A lot of stuff going on for your guy, Papa Dank. My newest vlog will be out this Friday. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to be involved on July 12th with the all-women's promotion out here in Long Island. Rising Star Women's Wrestling presented by NYWC. Already signed up. Legit Layla Hirsch coming to Long Island. Very excited about this promotion. It's going to be some good stuff out here in Long Island. Also, at the end of the month, on April 26th, we got NYWC presents Grandmaster of the Mat, as we're going to have the Greek god Papadon, Brandon Watts, Mike Mistretta, and Drew Gulak in the house that evening. And Drew Gulak is doing a seminar that day as well. Go to NYWC Pro Wrestling for that. I want to support my friends out in Illinois. Well, they'll be in St. Louis, really. SICW presents FanFest 3 coming up May 16th and the 17th in St. Louis, Missouri. Go to SICW.org to get your tickets for that. And, of course, don't miss this Saturday right here in New Jersey. Another level domination coming up. 3 steel cage matches. James Storms, Ox Adams, Mike Mondo, the colliding of the Deadly Sins, and, of course, the main event, PJ Savage versus the Wrecking Ball. Legursky coming up this Saturday. Get your tickets, TitanChampionshipWrestling.com, or if you can't, for whatever reason, your phone doesn't work, your internet's out, you didn't, got some stuff going on, come to the door and buy your ticket at the door, right, Billy?
Absolutely. Tickets will be available at the door. We've bleacher seats. I believe row 2's almost sold out. Row 1's sold out. So Charlie is a maniac. He just put many chairs, but it's we still got tickets available. You definitely want to come and check out the shows. You don't want to miss this one.
That's right. All right, everybody. Have a good night. I will see you back tomorrow. Everybody hang out for a moment. Everybody else, have a good night.
Have a good night.